If you've been studying English for years, but still freeze when you try to speak, this video will change how your brain learns language forever. Hey everyone! Welcome to a very special episode of the English Beat. I'm Sarah. Today, we're not just learning English. We're conquering it. Most people treat English like a school subject. They believe that if they memorize enough rules, one day fluency will magically switch on in their brain. But here's the truth. English is not a subject to be studied. It's a skill to be lived. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 7-day system I used to start thinking in English, without grammar memorization, without boring textbooks, and without living abroad. Before we talk about how, we need to talk about why. In our globalized world, English is the bridge. It decides who gets opportunities and who gets overlooked. It's the difference between feeling like a tourist and feeling like you belong. But the biggest barrier isn't your intelligence. It isn't your memory. It's fear. I've met students who understand English grammar perfectly, but go completely silent when a real person talks to them. That silence isn't lack of knowledge. It's panic. By the end of this video, we're going to break that fear. To make real progress in just 1 week, we have to move fast. The English Beat method is built on 3 non-negotiables: immersion, practicality, and active production. If you skip even one of these, fluency collapses, especially the third one. Let's start with immersion. People say move to London, but most of us don't have plane tickets. What we do have is the internet. So I created what I call an immersion bubble. I changed my phone language to English, my social media, my apps, even my grocery notes. Your phone is either your English teacher or your enemy. If you spend hours every day in your native language, you're training your brain to ignore English. We're flipping that. English becomes the default, not the exception. The second non-negotiable is practicality. Here's something most learners don't know. About 300 English words make up most everyday conversations. So why are we memorizing rare vocabulary we'll never use? On the English Beat, we focus on high-frequency language, not single words, but useful phrases, not want, but I'm looking forward to. This is how interpreters and intensive language programs train. You learn what you can use today, and that's why progress feels fast. Now we reach the place where most students fail. Thinking in English. Most learners translate in their head. English to native language, then back to English. That delay kills fluency. So we bypass translation. On day 2, I started labeling my world. I didn't just see a chair. I said chair. I described my actions out loud. I am making coffee. I am pouring the milk. It feels strange. That discomfort means it's working. You're building a direct connection between reality and English. No translation required. Then I changed my inner monologue. When I was annoyed, I complained in English. When I planned my day, I did it in English. The moment you struggle for a word is the exact moment your brain is ready to learn it. That word sticks because you needed it. Here's how the 7-day sprint worked. Day 1 was the audit. I identified my weak zones: listening, speaking, confidence. I consumed high-energy English content to tune my ear to the rhythm. Day 2 was the phrase mine. I stopped collecting words and started collecting chunks. Day 3 was shadowing. I copied movie scenes and real conversations, not just the words, but the music of English. Day 4 almost made me quit. I spoke to real people. My hands were shaking. My sentences weren't perfect, But people understood me. That's when fear started losing power. Day 5 was the content pivot. I stopped watching English lessons and started watching what I enjoy. In English, cooking, technology, entertainment. When you forget you're studying, learning accelerates. Day 6 was writing. I wrote about my week. Writing forces clarity. It exposes gaps speaking can hide. Day 7 was the review. I recorded myself speaking about the same topic as day 1. The difference wasn't vocabulary. It was confidence. So can you become fluent in 7 days? No. But you can rewire your brain in 7 days. You can break the cycle of study and forget. Fluency doesn't come from more books. It comes from intensity, consistency, and courage. English is not a subject. It's a rhythm. If you're ready to stop being a student and start being a speaker, the 7-day fluency planner is linked below. If you're still listening, you're not a beginner. You're someone ready to speak. Comment one word you struggle to pronounce, and I'll help you fix it. I'm Sarah. This is the English Beat. Stay loud, stay proud, and keep speaking.